Alright, good morning, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna show y'all. See, the cabinet's full. Oh, oops, go the other one. Refrigerator full. And this full. The reason why I'm showing this is I want people to know if you don't have enough money, sometimes you can go to churches and get food. Don't ever feel that you can't go get no food from churches or whatever, and sometimes they help out a lot. Now, if you got that much money to where you don't have to go to churches, then just go ahead and donate at least. That's what I did when I was at a time when I had a lot of money for a minute. Now, I'm about to make some salmon croquettes today, well, this morning rather. But the reason why I shared that about the churches, a friend of mine, I was telling her to go to churches and get some food because she didn't have no food, but she was like too scared, worried about what people gonna say. But you'll be amazed. When I was younger, I was the same way, especially before I had my 2 kids. But then the same person talking about me, I turned around, they was in the line too. So don't even worry about nobody talking about you. Just go ahead. And I'm not saying some of the church food you don't have to throw away, because you know sometimes it be the food don't be no good or a day old or all right. So you crush this up out the can real fine, but make sure you wash your hands real good. That's what I did. I'm throwing the white onions in here this time. You can use red onions. A lot of times I use red onions, but I've been cooking with red onions so much, I'm kind of getting tired of the red onions. Put your black pepper, garlic powder. I'm not gonna open it up. I'll put a tiny bit of onion salt and parsley. Parsley, I love parsley because it makes the stuff look good and it tastes good. But you can put whatever seasoning you want. Then, wait 1 second, I'll be right back. Let me get my egg. To be honest, I get 2 eggs. Because when I put the flour in here, I want it to be pasty. So I put the egg in there now. There's a lot of hand motion, so please wash your hands. Don't be feeding people and your hands all nasty. Okay, I put my flour base in there, but not that much flour. Then I put another egg. Sometimes you may have to put more flour, more egg, it depends on how. Man, that one didn't want to crack. Okay. Alright. And then sometimes I always put extra seasoning because you be putting all this egg and this flour, and then you taste it and be like, I thought I had put seasoning. We got to put more. See how it's getting to a thick base? Almost as if you're making cookie dough. Peanut butter cookies, homemade, whatever. That's my daughter department. She's a good one. Maybe one day she'll do a video about them. 1 second, be right back. I'm gonna wash your hands real good. Then you patty them up. It's enough to make a good amount. It don't look like the flour on them, but trust me, they are. Okay, let me patty these up. You bring it over here. Put it in my grease. See, I got room for another one. Let's go back over here. Hurry up, get that in there. Well, what do you know? Got room for another one. All right. Oops, I done dropped something on the floor. Okay, let me wash my hands, excuse me. Alright. So, I think I'm just going to set this lid on here. I'm going to set my other lid on here just for right now. While that's cooking, I'm going to go ahead and do my eggs right quick. So, I'm going to have to do it on the back eye. One thing, this stove may look nice and clean, but it takes a lot of maintenance to keep this stove clean. Look at right here. See, that's why I put foil, because it get all messed up in there. I mean, it may look clean, but it takes a lot of maintenance. And I do that because I don't like to scrub the stove later. Okay, so now I'm going to have to get my other pan and use that back eye. Back burner. So I'm going to put that on 7 right quick. Already got my eggs pre-scrambled. Get out my favorite pot. One of my favorite pots. Put that on there. I'm going to show you how fast eggs cook on this electric stove when you put it on 7. Alright, them frying up. Alright. And mackerel is good with, like how the other day I made the grits. Mackerel was real good with grits. It's filled with a multitude of things. It's expensive too. That's another thing. I went and bought it, but I had a couple of cans from the church, and the cans is expensive. Okay. So we're going to turn that over. They should be golden like this, because the inside gonna be, they almost done too. Oh shoot. The inside gonna be kind of soft, and the outside gonna be crispy. That's the key to them. Today I'm gonna have them have this with eggs and get on over. They don't want to turn over. I'm gonna have them have this with eggs. Cause I went to the store and forgot the grits. So I guess I was been getting spoiled by the church so much I forget sometimes when I go in there and need something else. Alright, back over here. We're gonna go ahead and throw some butter in there. Sometimes you gotta stir it around. Okay. All right, now put these eggs in here. And I'm gonna make them fluffy, like the light fluffy. I put milk in there. Milk basically is to make the eggs fluffy. So really good. All right, I got a plate right here, getting ready to feed my family in a minute. Now you know what? You don't need this much grease. This grease just rolls up. It's clean grease. So these eggs ain't gonna take no time to cook. Now look at the eggs how it's getting now. I'm gonna get that base around there in the middle, act like you want to bubble up. That's when you know it's getting there. But just leave it. Let it sit a minute. Alright. Now I'm making even switch eyes. Now I'm gonna leave it there. Okay, come on over here. And I want to get a softer spatula. One. You see how I do that as small twirl? You leave it. Let it sit a minute. And I always go off looking around here. When I see this around here, kind of getting a little bit fried up and a little in the middle, then I stir. And it normally would take quicker if it was on this big eye, but I refuse to use this big eye till I refoil it up. I already got my foil ready. I mean, it don't cost that much. Like this, what, 78 cents? It'll save you money on that easy off. All right, you want to turn it around again, but don't double turn it. If you turn, you know how like when you make eggs and you feel like they scramble too much because as soon as you put them on the fork, it's falling through almost. If you want to make them fluffy, do it like this. Alright. Now, you see how the egg still got, look like it's not done? Well, it's not. I'm just cutting the electric stove off. Okay, now take the end, go around again, but do it softly. And they are already ready. I can take this off the eye and just let it sit. And believe it or not, it's still cooking. So we're going to show you how it's still cooking. How much mackerel you have left, and this was only like 1 can. So that 1 can, like this the can here, it's only 1 can, and it made all that mackerel, and I still got enough for maybe 1 more. So and show you. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and drop some eggs on this plate. Okay. I'm going to let my fiance bite. Oops, well, he's still asleep. I'm going to let my son bite it and give you the final product. So you have your mackerel and your egg, and it's real hearty. It'll fill you up. Get a napkin over here. Next, later, I'm gonna make some wings. Then I'm gonna show y'all how this ninja bullet works.